Garland Nixon says, free the Uhuru 3, victims of FBI corruption. You are right. Thank you. All right, here we go. I got over here, super chats. Democracy only works with freedom of speech and news that isn't biased. Too many impressionable, sleepless that ruin life for the real conscientious ones. Unvaccinated guy. And unvaccinated guy again. Thank you so much. They could also inform our society about what causes mental illness, severe neglect, and abuse of infants so we could prevent it. But they're afraid to. SS, thank you, SS. We spend $1 trillion a year on military and Space Force that can't shoot down a drone? USA, USA. John, some people gauge their ears. Blank gauges his beehole. Unvaccinated guy, you know. If Jill Stein is Alex Stein's grandmother and Ben Stein is Alex Stein's grandfather. All right, unvaccinated guy. Thank you, unvaccinated guy. GDNPB, Obamacare is a mandate of private insurance with zero price controls. The Soros false flags are being planned right now. Total shit show. One common theme all these problems stem from is person in a suit. When you see a person wearing a suit, they're playing make-believe. Scumbags. Unvaccinated guy. Will Sultan Erdogan submit the mighty Antony Blinken? Blinken went to visit him. Sparky. Should Erdogan show up to his next international conference in a sedan chair? It would be epic troll. Sparky. Terrorism defined basically as creating, intimidating the civilian population or influencing a government unit to act in a certain way. David Shapiro, professor on CNN, sounds like the U.S. government. Thank you, Savage. Oh boy, here we go. The big bells. Whoa. Love you guys. Even Curb. Hey, trying to get out of hard labor with the Teamsters Union with a CDL. Hopefully the industry doesn't get milked. Love you guys, and you guys with fancy V words, keep it up. Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. The group is called the Small Hat Mafia, Jimmy. Savage. Thank you, Savage. Okay, let's refresh here. Oh, back to Jimmy.
So CNN is at it again. CNN.
Oh, yeah.
The people who confirmed a chemical attack in Syria by sniffing a backpack have now claimed that they found a prisoner in a dungeon in Syria that was locked up for years for no reason. First of all, he looks fantastic. He's got great skin color, and I'm going to show you in a second that he has a manicure. So she tweets this out. This CNN reporter, in my nearly 20 years as a journalist, this was one of the most extraordinary moments I've witnessed. And the reason why it's extraordinary is because it's so clearly a transparent bullshit propaganda CIA setup that she should be embarrassed. That's how, because there are TV reenactments that are more real than this. So she's going to pretend that it's extraordinary. It's the most extraordinary moments that I've witnessed. Did you not see the other woman sniffing a backpack to confirm a chemical attack? You didn't see that? Really? So her name is Clarissa Ward, and she is the queen of being in the right place at the right time. She just happens to be there for the release of a Syrian prisoner. Watch this.
Deep in the belly of the regime's Air Force intelligence headquarters,
these are English letters.
We are hoping to find traces of Austin Tice, an American journalist held.
That's a secret prison? Are you sure that's not one of ours? Right?
English?
We used to sometimes outsource our torture to the people like that.
Yeah.
What if she walks in and there's a bunch of naked guys in a pyramid like at Abu Ghraib? What if that happens?
They didn't have time to set that up, Jimmy.
Wow. Here we go.
Active in Syria since 2012. It's one of many secret prisons across the city. This specific branch was tasked with surveillance, arrest, and killing of all regime critics.
These are all cleaned out.
We don't find any hints of Tice, but come across some.
So they're looking for a guy named Austin Tice, who they say was an
Spy.
American journalist who was locked up there. Okay.
Something extraordinary.
I can't tell though, it might just be a blanket, but it's the only cell that's locked.
Is he gonna shoot it?
The guard makes us turn the camera off while he shoots the lock off the cell
Why?
door.
Why? Why would he make you turn the camera off while he shoots the lock off
Did
the
he not
cell?
shoot the lock?
You
Did he
mean-
want to ruin a good lock?
What? That's all the proof I need this is real. They couldn't have no way they could have moments before placed the lock on there so the guy could shoot it off. Nobody's got that kind of extravagant budget. Am I right?
I'll bet there wasn't a lock on it and he shot it into something else.
That's
just
right.
in- That's
So they're
why wouldn't you show the coolest part?
So why wouldn't you show the coolest part? So they're pretending that they've stumbled on this is like a great unboxing video, isn't it?
Like
So
a forgotten prisoner.
yeah, they're pretending
Wow, what a
this is a
scoop.
forgotten prisoner. Watch this.
Yeah.
So they shoot the lock off this cell. Watch this.
We go in to get a closer look. It's still not clear if there is something.
And of course, they let the lady from CNN go in first after they shoot the lock off.
Yeah.
The late-
Clear. She yells clear.
Clear. Okay, let's bring the lady
Bring
in.
the guy with the shotgun in now. She's
Yeah.
Cleared the area.
Bring in let's
call
do-
her daddy girl.
Let's shoot the TV show. Here we go.
under the blanket.
So they see a blanket.
It moved.
Whoa.
Is there someone there?
Is there someone there?
She doesn't even try to speak any kind of language
No.
other than just
Is
English.
someone there?
Yeah, what?
Or is it just a blanket? I don't know.
Is it just a blanket?
And why would that guy not come out from underneath the blanket? Why is he waiting?
Dude, I've seen better fake ghost videos on
This is-
TikTok than this.
This is TV reenactments are more convincing than this. But here we go. What?
Okay, it's just.
So watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Oh, there's someone there.
I'm a civilian, he says. I'm a
I'm
civilian.
a civilian, he says. I'm a civilian, and I'm wearing freshly laundered clothes,
Yeah.
and
He's
I'm
got
not dirty, and I'm not emaciated. Anyway,
This
back to the filming.
Look at this plump, healthy prisoner, Jimmy.
Yes, there's a very plump, healthy prisoner, isn't it?
He tells the fighter he's from the city of Humps and has been in the cell for 3 months.
Okay, you're okay.
Took good care of him.
Okay. You're okay.
You're okay. You're
Tight
okay.
with both
He
hands.
doesn't
okay.
speak English, bitch.
Does anyone have any water?
Well, we got to get this guy some water, she says. Look,
How did he do this bad?
Mike,
look how nice his fingernails look.
It's water.
For a guy who's been locked up, look how nice his fingernails look.
He got a shape up while he was in there on his hair.
Yeah.
See, my hair is worse than his right now.
I know.
My bald hair is more outgrown than his.
He's got great color. I'm going to tell you that. He's got better color than she
We
does.
start to walk him outside.
This is
Thank
real.
God you are safe. Don't be
I mean, this is a real fake thing that CNN did. This is called war propaganda, and that's what they do. This is,
He had a beard trim. He had a beard trim and a shape up on the sides of its bald head.
yep. Here we go.
afraid, the fighter says. You are free. This is the third prison they brought me to, he says. The third prison. After 3 months in a windowless cell, he can finally see the sky.
انت حر انت حر لا روح روح
Look at that.
My God, the light, he says.
Oh.
Oh God, there is light. My God, there is light.
The guy looks good. Look how his hair, it's very well.
Yeah, that's dude. I have to actually shave my head. It's all that. Like this, he looks better.
Look how clean he is. His jacket is very
Stay
clean.
with me. repeats again and again.
Look how clean that's a nice coat. I'd like to have that coat.
And he smells better than the nerve gas scarf the other chick smelled.
Yes.
For 3 months, I didn't know anything about my family. He says. I didn't hear anything about my children.
He looks good. He looks
fighter
good. Oh, they're gonna
hands him
try and
something to
try and feed him. Look.
Lift it to his mouth.
Look how good his fingernails
It's like
look.
the
Did you see
liberation of
that?
Auschwitz watching him eat. No, don't eat too fast. You'll die, sir.
No.
Just have a little.
His body's not ready
His
for
body
this.
can't handle it.
His body can't handle the food. Too
His
spicy.
captors
You know,
fled
I'm
during
more
the
of
fall of
a
Damascus,
I'm more of a two
Yeah.
leaving him with no food or
more of
water.
a cumin guy. That's
At least
gotta
4 days ago.
شوي شوي اشرب مي
I'm
look at
shaking.
his
My
fingers.
face is
Look how-
shaking, he says.
The guy just got a manicure. Really, this guy's been locked up for 3 months. Look how good he looks.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing to do in prison but
And then
manicures.
and they gave him a nice haircut. I mean, that is a nice haircut. What do you call that,
He was
Kurt?
going, I'd be taking a hot steamy shower for 10, 20 minutes wondering where my family is.
The rebel tells him there's no more army, no more prisons, no more checkpoints.
تمام
No more teachers.
Are you
no more-
serious? He says.
No more infrastructure, no more hospitals, no more medicine. We have a guy from the Al Qaeda who's now in charge of the country. Does that make you happy?
Here's the best part.
They're back to doing public hangings.
And Al Qaeda is wearing nice Christmas sweaters now, and he is going to be running things.
Yeah.
سوريا حرة
Surya
الكتاب
Hara.
الأخضر
Syria
مضى
is
الجيش
free,
صار
he
كل
tells
الجيش
him.
الحمد لله
Oh, finally.
Oh,
It's the first
finally.
time he has heard those words.
Oh, finally, Syria is free by the Al Qaeda and Israel. By Israel and Al Qaeda.
Oh, praise be to
He
Israel.
tells us his name is Adil Hurbal, and that officers from the much-feared Mukhabarat intelligence services took him from his home and began interrogating him about his phone.
They gave him
brought him here
they gave him some comfy slippers, this very sharp and tasteful jacket, and then they gave him a manicure and a hot shower, and then they coiffed his hair.
They told me, get into your jammies and we'll talk after your nap.
Damascus. They asked me about names of terrorists, he says. Did they hit you, the fighter asks?
Did they
yes,
hit you?
yes, he says.
عادل
As a paramedic
Wait a
arrives,
minute.
shock sets in.
So basically, his story is he was treated better than in any American prison
Yeah.
that I've ever heard of.
There's nothing.
They it's amazing. They beat you and locked you up and but you don't have a mark on you. You look fantastic. Good thing. Are you
They beat me. They beat me at Words with Friends.
Are you taking DMSO? Because I hear that stuff really heals.
Everything's okay. The Red Crescent is coming to help you, this man assures him.
The Al
You are
Qaeda.
safe. Don't be afraid anymore. Everything you are afraid of is gone.
I told them I need the vegan meal,
Tens
but
of
they gave me the
thousands of
regular.
Syrians have disappeared in Assad's prisons.
His
Up
beard
until
looks as
15
coiffed as
minutes
those.
ago,
Yeah,
Adil Hurbal was one
he's
of them.
indecipherable from the guys
He's
who are
still
helping him.
petrified.
Is he going to change like he took the six cup into his outfit with the red
Don't be
jacket?
afraid. Don't be afraid, the ambulance worker
Oh,
reassures him.
boy.
Every car I got into, they blindfolded me, he
I call
says.
shotgun.
It is the end of a very dark chapter for him and for all of Syria. But so many ghosts remain.
Of Al Qaeda?
Jake, I have to say, I have been doing this job for nearly 20 years now, and that really was one of the most extraordinary
Oh
moments
my
that
God.
I have ever witnessed. We don't know why the regime of Bashar al-Assad took Adil Khubar. He doesn't know why they took him. He was...
The biggest reason is because they didn't. They didn't
Well,
take
we
him.
don't know why
This
they
guy-
cut his hair every day and trimmed his nails and fed him well, and he's plump as ever. We don't know why. It's bizarre, frankly, almost unbelievable.
basically living a very simple life in the city of Homs in an area called Khaldiya. He said the Mukhabarat basically came to his house and said that there was some issue with
Blink
people
more.
he
You
had
should
been
blink
making
more while
phone
you're
calls
telling me
with.
this story.
But we have to be very clear here.
Be very clear.
This is the type of thing where the Mukhabarat would take anyone with impunity.
Okay, so this is
What?
called This is how this is how the establishment manufactures consent for war. And they're doing
Let's
it.
free an Israel prison. How about that?
So they don't want
as well as Syria treated this guy.
That's right. They don't want you to focus on the fact that Al-Qaeda is now in charge of Syria and they're back doing public executions in the town square.
Yeah,
they don't want anybody to know that. They don't want to know that the guy that the United States helped install to lead Syria now has a $10 million bounty on his head because he's a terrorist. And now they're going to get rid of that bounty because he's doing the job of the United States. So this whole game against that we're fighting against ISIS, we're fighting against Al-Qaeda, that's all made up. That's all made up. We're funding them. They're on our side. Hillary Clinton already admitted we invented Al-Qaeda.
Well, she was hacked, and I don't read hacked emails where she definitely said that.
Isn't it amazing that Al-Qaeda and ISIS never attack Israel, their sworn enemy? Isn't it amazing they never attack them?
It's a favor to their manager, mourning Micah's dad, I think. Sentimental reasons.
So here, Champagne Joshi says, this is an extraordinary brazen state propaganda by CNN. This shit is so obviously staged, it is laughable. Hey, Champagne, not everything that is a slap in your face, insulting to your intellect because of how obvious it is staged, okay? The camera just happened to be present for her to discover as she walked into the shot, and you're not supposed to put that together.
Well, they know, because it's not a great job on this, they know that CNN viewers are not very bright, and they're very emotional. And but I think even they must. I mean, I'm curious if somebody watched this in real time on CNN and what they thought.
They must believe it. Okay, this is babies and incubators being left to die at level 1. So in 1992, when the first time we bombed Iraq for George Bush the first, the country was against the war. They didn't want us to go to war in Iraq. So what did they do? They had a 16-year-old girl testify that the Iraqi soldiers were taking babies out of incubators in Kuwait and throwing them on the floor to die. Now, it was since proven that that was a lie, and that girl who testified was the daughter of the ambassador in Kuwait. And she was prepped. She was prepped by a PR agency to say those things. But after she gave that testimony, and it was broadcast on CNN and all the news stations, America shifted towards being for the war. And then we went to war in Iraq. The first time. That's the first time. So you were lied both times, but people still believe about Ukraine. They still believe about Syria. They still believed about Libya. They still believe them. And here he is. This Lord Bebo says, CNN BS. This manicured nails of a man who was in a Syrian dungeon without light for 3 months until CNN rescued him. He's manicured.
Got a great tan still.
Got great color.
I don't even have the tan he has, and I have the same haircut and complexion.
I mean, in prison, there is nothing to do but work on your nails.
Yeah, that's a fact. I guess trim your hair.
I mean,
pick out jackets on Amazon.
The horror, the haircuts, the manicures, endless. Oh, please don't end the regular laundering of my clothing and feeding me well. Please don't do that.
Netanyahu would bring my dry cleaning to America to have it done.
If America doesn't launch an immediate war on these people, we'll never see the end to this spa-level treatment.
Well, if they got money to have a great prison like this, I'll bet they made those drones that are attacking New Jersey.
I bet they did. Here is Max Blumenthal. He says this is as an obviously staged and fake scene by one of the biggest regime change frauds in corporate media. This prison had already been cleared by the HTS goon squad days earlier. Then civilians secured its cells for relatives, but somehow Clarissa Ward, the news actress who once faked being under direct fire by Hamas, which is what she did, and who has spent over a decade shamelessly propagandizing for the jihadists, now executing minorities in Latakia, just happened upon the last prisoner slumbering under a blanket.
He slept through the whole revolution.
He slept through this scam scenario reminds me of the time Ward's colleague, Anwar Damon, Arwa Damon, determined that Assad used chemical weapons by sniffing a child's backpack, and of the countless blatant deceptions deployed by the Syrian opposition on its way towards becoming the new gangster government. Journalist Flim Flam like not only expose the absence of editorial standards at CNN, it raises questions about the credibility of Ward's past pieces, trumpeting up regime change in other countries targeted by the United States and UK intelligence.
Yeah, 20 years she said she's been doing this
she's been doing this for 20 years.
I've seen better setups in straight-to-video Steven Seagal movies, the ones that are just money laundering.
No kidding.
If this was in a Seagal movie, there'd be a bunch of channels picking it apart, how poorly done that and fake it looked.
And here's what they used to do. Here's what CNN used to do in the first time they wanted the United States to bomb Syria in 2014. Watch this.
And there's definitely something that stings.
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
you think
bullshit?
You think there was a chemical attack? Give me it. Let me breathe it in. It's immediately.
It's like the smelling salts in the mothership green room.
Immediately. She looks like a smart. She does look like a smart mom, like in every commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart moms know to give everything the sniff test. Am I right?
Excuse moms.
You got to get up pretty early in the morning to fool her. I'd say roughly about 11:45 or noon.
Yeah.
Here she is. Never forget that. CNN's Calissa Ward. She acted like she was in an active war zone. You want to see her do that? Watch this. She's not a crisis actor. She's more of a crisis improviser. And and here someone gave her the suggestion, you're under attack. Watch this.
To know exactly what's been going on.
What happened? Oh, I screwed up. First of all, hang on. Go to Steph for a second.
All right. So maybe somebody can help me out here, because I went to look up Clarissa Ward, and on her Wikipedia, they don't mention the name of her father, but I found that it was Rodney Ward, and Rodney Ward is a chairman of Global Corporate and Investment Banking, Asia Pacific, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. Get this. And he's featured on the World Economic Forum website. Back to Jimmy.
Here we go. Watch it. The suggestion is act like you're being attacked.
Clarissa is on the ground right now. Clarissa, tell us what's happening.
Stand by. Hi, John. So forgive me, I have a slightly unelegant position, but we have just had a massive barrage of rockets coming in here, not too far from us. So we have had to take shelter here by the roadside. We're just about 5 minutes away. Gaza is in that direction. We can hear now a lot of jets in the sky. We could also hear the Iron Dome intercepting a number of those rockets as they were whizzing overhead and making impact in that direction, not too far from here. We came to this location because this was ground zero for this entire operation of carnage. Hamas militants came on a pickup truck. This was the first place where they breached that border wall, and they basically drove down this strip, just spraying lead wherever they went. We saw, in fact, I was just grabbing it before that happened and we had to hit the deck, but heavy weaponry being used. It's saying we can get up now. Where are we moving to? Sorry, just 1 second, guys. Okay.
Let's come up and go this way, and then.
All right, so now I can show you the scene here. This is where.
And by the way, she's no helmets. Nobody's wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
Those militants first came, opening up fire on all these vehicles. There's a baby carriage down there.
Really, they opened fire on all those vehicles.
You can see over
There's no
there,
bullet holes in
Clayton,
any
if
of
you
them.
just show in the
Show the
distance
bullets.
there, some kind of strikes. Looks like in
Show me
Gaza
the shattered
as well.
windows. Can you show me the shattered windows on the cars? No.
Return fire.
Take a second and catch your breath.
Or is that the
What
smoke
you-
from the rocket launches? Forgive me. It's a
Shit,
little
two-pack
difficult
smoker?
after being crouched in a ditch to know exactly what's been going.
Look at these two guys, just kind of casually walking through. One guy wearing short pants. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really? Somebody just came by spraying bullets." These guys just casually walking by.
on.
You don't. Yeah.
Oh, yep. This
Jimmy,
guy.
wait.
What? How's my makeup? We good?
Do you think, like me, those guys thought they were shooting a porn?
Hey, how's my makeup? We good? Okay, I'm laying down. And action.
Ooh, call her dirty.
She's fallen down, but she can get up. That's the difference there. She's just instructed not to get up.
Clarissa.
And somebody caught it. American AF says, no helmet, and these dudes just casually strolling by.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because she's a blonde woman, aren't you? You're a Barbieist.
Yeah. It's like news reporter stuff. It is like fun pretend news reporting.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, Barbie, we're being shelled. Hit the deck.
So, as Glenn Greenwald points out, in 2021, CNN's Clarissa Ward, that same woman, boasted that she stopped looking at U.S. policy in Syria as a journalist and only as an activist. She said she was so enraged by Obama's refusal to do more to remove Assad, beyond giving $1 billion in a sturdy war, but that she sent deranged voicemails to Ben Rhodes. So I'm not going to bother to read this. I don't know if I can show these pictures. Can I show these pictures of the torture that we did in Iraq? I mean, can I show these pictures on YouTube? I'm assuming no. I don't think I can show the.
Hey, Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, because Misha said they think my mic is turned off, but I don't think it is. It says it's working.
No, I can hear you. So I'd like to show this, but I can't. Okay. So there you go. CNN. That's how you that's called manufacturing consent for war. That's what that's called.
I mean, did we outsource that manufacturing onto Fiverr? Because that was not good manufacturing.
That was not good. Okay.
I thought the January 6 hearings were like the female Ghostbusters of productions that weren't going to work out. But this one is not even. This is Seagal straight to video release level planning.
All right, let's go to. You want to go to Steph, or you want to go to?
I think we're ready to rumble, folks.
We ready to rumble? Okay,
I think we are ready to rumble. Let me pin it.
We'll see you over on Rumble. We'll read your super chats over there.
All right, hold on.